Alright, what's going on, guys? It's DreBone777.
And Arlo.
And today, what we wanted to talk about was a more serious matter. You know, I was watching videos earlier today, right? In fact, for a couple days now, it was talking about Sony losing $3 billion. That is crazy.
Whew. A lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man. And the crazy thing that I want to talk about today is these fanboys keep thinking that it's still okay. $3 billion is a lot of money to lose. You know what I'm saying? How could you be still saying that, oh, there ain't no problem, it'll bounce back? Well, somewhat that might be the case, but that might need some concern. You know, you might want to think that in your thought. $3 billion? That's a lot of money to lose for a business. Ain't I right?
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man. Oof.
Yeah, seriously. And the fanboys just still do not get it. Alright? Now, Sony is a good product. You know, Sony is a good company to me. I like Sony stuff, you know. I got a PlayStation 3. I bought all the Sony stuff, you know. I had PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. A lot of people did.
Uh-huh.
But now, you know, the PS3, I think, was not as great as the other two. And you already know Xbox right now is killing the game. And you know why? It's not about just the features it got. You know, not like Blu-ray players. Nobody's really worried too much about that. All like that. It's about the online gaming service, alright? Xbox Live in general.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah, you might have to pay for Xbox Live, but think about it. Xbox Live have better features, you see. You could play music while you're playing the game.
Yes, and it's less laggy, too.
Less laggy. I even admitted it myself. I like PlayStation Online, PlayStation Network, for free service, but in the long run you gotta worry about lag, all this other shit. You see, Xbox Live got the party chat. They're talking about bringing party chat to PSN now, or whatever they're gonna call it in the future. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, they're just now bringing them features when Xbox had it a while back. You see what I'm saying? I'm a PlayStation fan, but I'm not a Sony fanboy. I'm not a person who's going to say, yeah, they're still going to do good. Oh, yeah, no. You got to get on a serious matter now. $3 billion is a lot of money to be losing for a company as a whole. They're not just talking about the PlayStation division. They're talking about the TVs, all that. And most of the problems from them losing all this money was because of PlayStation. You remember back then, last year, I think it was in April. It was in April when Sony lost, you know, the online service. You know, it got hacked. All right, it happened on National Weed Day, if I was correct. I'm pretty sure it was around National Weed Day.
There.
Yeah, when Mortal Kombat and all them games came out. That is crazy.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And these fanboys still do not get it. They lost 2/3 of that billion from that and the PlayStation 3 itself. You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. PlayStation brand is great. We all love it. Even if you hate it, everybody loves it. You know, in a certain way. I don't know.
Yeah, if you did, I already know people had PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. PlayStation came out before Xbox, so I already know everybody at least had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 before. So, you know, I mean, you might turn to Xbox like me. But, you know, I still like PlayStation. I play them both.
Yeah, and what I wanted to talk about today was, you know, why are these fanboys still not getting it, alright? Think about this, alright? $3 billion. That's a lot of money to be losing. Like, there's previous videos that I've made, actually, where I was talking about the Vita. I'm going to come back to this subject again. The Vita, which is coming out, February 22nd, I believe? Thing is, here's what I was saying. I still think the Vita might not do too good in this market because of the smartphones. And I didn't say this because of gaming. We already know the gaming on the Vita is going to be way better than a smartphone. It is the fact that the Vita might not be a phone without using Skype. You see, I mean, the Vita might appear to hardcore gamers or whatever, but you can't look at that. That's not going to make your sales. The hardcore people do not make sales. It's the casuals. What don't these fucking fanboys get about that? That's what I want to understand. The casual people are in the smartphones. It goes by age and gender. You don't see no girl really bringing out a PS Vita, or an old or grown ass man. Like, say if he grew up, you know, in the mind. He's not going to be wanting to whip out a Vita. He'll whip out his smartphone. And like I said about the Vita, it's not even marketed good enough to compete with smartphones. Alright? Doesn't matter what games are good, what's great. You know, you think about Nintendo. They keep bringing out traditional games. They still have their mascot, Mario, Yoshi, whoever. You know, usually Mario's characters. You know, Nintendo got a good fan base. You see, and they actually buy their games. You see, that's what I've heard from other commentators. Another thing is, like I was talking about, you know, market it right. You see, there's always a Droid or an iPhone coming out, what, almost every week, every month, every year, as opposed to a handheld that's coming out, what, every few years? You see what I'm saying? If they want the Vita to do good, they gotta market it right. They gotta put it on commercials and push it out to people and tell them this is why this product is so good. You see what I'm saying? Can't you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then a lot of people is talking about they want a company to fail. Alright? Can you imagine if Sony does stop making PlayStation altogether, stop making their products? Do you know what will really happen? Do you know what will happen?
Tell them, Dre.
Oh, okay. So you can't explain that? Well, here's how I'm going to explain it. Alright? If this company goes out of business, alright, Microsoft and Nintendo is going to have less competition. When you have less competition, there's not going to be a lot of effort or work put into their stuff.
Like, PlayStation got out of business, it's just going to be Xbox. Everybody might still have PlayStation 3 playing the games, but think about it, they got out of business, y'all ain't going to have online no more. All that shit's cut off. So everybody going to go to Xbox, and Xbox is just going to keep on rising up and up and up until something else come out. Until something else, because you already know PlayStation, Xbox competing. So
exactly,
you know,
exactly what he said. Competition. See, without a lot of competition, you have what you call a monopoly. If y'all played the board game Monopoly, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a takeover. If Xbox and Nintendo, well, Microsoft and Nintendo is the only ones in competition with each other, they're not going to develop games as good as they would if PlayStation was still around. You see, PlayStation's the one that gives them competition. So I wouldn't want no company to fail for that. And plus, what about people who lose their jobs for this? You know, when you lose that much money, you know people are losing their jobs. They get laid off for this. Do you really want a company to fail and then people go hungry, broke? You know, they might turn on you. You see what I'm saying? So how are you going to say that this is not a big deal? You see, $3 billion is a lot of money to be losing. I've told you this before.
a lot. That's it. I could buy cars and a couple of houses, everything with that kind of money, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. When you lose money on a big scale like that, you can't tell me it doesn't matter. Oh, they'll still be making good products. How are they going to make good products if they losing money like that? You just can't. You see? And fanboys still fail to realize this. Like like I said about the Vita and smartphone. Like I said, casuals versus hardcore. The casuals who's always going to affect your sales. All right, that's why Nintendo DS, 3DS, was outselling them. right now. They're selling like crazy. Plus, they had to lower their prices because of the smartphone. Smartphone appeals to a lot more casual people. Alright? Like I said, it's not about it being a hardcore gamer. It's about what do people have most of, you see? More phones are made than handheld devices or consoles, period. And like I've said in the video that fanboys don't understand, I said something about like, yeah, your gaming company might make millions or billions, but the phone companies always make billions, close to trillions. All right, they make way more money than a handheld or a console. In fact, they know that the phone company powers up the gaming devices. If you have online, it doesn't matter if it's under a 3G connection, Wi-Fi, or 4G network like LTE, WiMAX. It doesn't matter. It's all powered by a phone company. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell me you don't do if you don't do online gaming, you wouldn't understand that. But if you do as a hardcore gamer doing online gaming, what is the online powered by? Tell me.
The internet.
The internet. Who owns the internet?
The government.
Well, anyway, the phone company, alright? The phone company. It doesn't matter if it's cable, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's through a cable or cellular technology. It's owned by a phone company, alright? So you fanboys better get this through your fucking head.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, $3 billion though, this ain't nothing to worry about.
It is something to worry about. You got your goddamn mind. Fucking morons. Like, it's crazy.
Man, now, what if Sony do go out of business, like we were saying? You don't want to be thinking in your mind like, oh, I remember when Sony was good back then. You don't want to be thinking this.
Hell yeah, because you're going to be like, damn, that $3 billion, it must have been something because they're off the market now. Hell yeah, it was something, dumbass. Like,
yeah, seriously, are you fucking stupid not to understand things? Like, quit talking about, oh yeah, all the features and shit. Now, most of these fanboys be talking about features on things. I said this before. If you're talking about features, you better at least be using 75 to 85% of them. If you're not going to use that many, what's the point of buying something? Alright? Don't argue with features if you're not going to use it. It's pointless and stupid as fuck. I've already told you this. You know, should I slap some sense in your fucking head? Seriously. I'm not playing around. Like, you guys gotta fucking understand. $3 billion is a lot of money to be losing. Especially for a company like Sony. If Sony goes under, less competition, shit's gonna get more expensive. Doesn't matter if it's a Samsung phone, Samsung TV, Toshiba, it doesn't matter what company it is. It's gonna make them raise their prices on things. When you lose a company, they can raise their prices on stuff. That's what you call monopoly. Alright? Now get that through your head. Do you want to say some more things?
That's about it.
That's about it? Well, anyway, like I said, $3 billion, alright? That's a lot of money to be losing from a company that is, you know, great. Like, they make good products, alright? But like I was saying, if they want their products like the PS4 or the PS Vita, which is closer to coming out now in North America, if they want these to sell, right, they gotta market these things right. Now, I remember Brodio was saying in this one video that most of the success of these systems of PlayStation, for real, for PlayStation, especially for like multiplayer online, is in the Western Hemisphere, you know, in our country, North America. Basically, it is. It's true. That's how most of the stuff sell. You think about it. Think of games like Madden or Call of Duty. It's mostly played in America. I mean, if you looked at Call of Duty, whether it's MW3, Black Ops Steel, yeah, I could even say Black Ops Steel, you'll see that they have a little map And it shows that most of the world that it's played in, the areas that it's played in, is in North America. Alright? It's in the Western Hemisphere. So yes, we have a big impact on this. And for these fanboys to talk about, oh, we got great games, half of you don't even buy it. So what's the point of arguing about things if you're not going to be using something? Like I said, pointless and stupid as fuck.
Yeah, you gotta test it basically. Buy the game. I mean, you don't be talking shit if you don't know what you're talking about. Point blank period.
Yeah, it's plain and simple. Point blank period, plain and simple. You're going to talk about features and all this, and you're not even buying the goddamn thing. I mean, and you're a fan of this? How the hell can you be a fan of something if you're not going to buy the products? Like, quit saying something is good and all this if you're not going to use the features that you're talking about. Pointless and stupid as fuck. Alright? $3 billion. Oh, that's not a big deal. Well, then what are you going to do to help it out? Alright? How are you going to help it out? Are you paying them something? Are you going to do something?
Fuck no.
Fuck no, they don't do this. I just laugh at these fanboys because they talk all this stupid shit and they just do not get it. Alright? That's what I want to talk to you about. You fanboys, quit making all this stupid comments about shit. I mean, sometimes people be trolling, making fun of other systems, but no, this is a serious matter though. Like I said, Sony goes out of business. I'm not saying it is, but if it's not going to do good in this market, you already know.
It's getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's gone. And then once it's gone,
ain't no coming back.
Yep.
So it can.
But the competition is going to be bad.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah. And everything's going to raise up. That's what I'm saying. Like the PS Vita. I like the device. Too expensive for what it could do. I've already said before, why the hell would you want to pay the 3G version if it's not going to be a phone? Alright? What, through Skype? Who gives a fuck about that? You're not going to be using this outside. Alright? How fast is online gaming going to be under 3G with AT&T? That's where I think they made their mistake, going with AT&T. Should have went with Verizon and Sprint. It's plain and simple as that. Not only that, think about this though. What is the 3G model going to do you good for? Especially if you're paying, like I said, you're paying a cell phone bill for something that's not even a phone. You're just paying for data. And what if you go over your 2 gigs? You're going to be paying an extra cell phone bill, especially if you have a smartphone. You're talking about features like web browsing, right? But you have a smartphone. You're not going to be using your Vita. You're going to be using your smartphone. It's plain and simple. Don't even argue with me on that one. It doesn't matter how hard you try to argue. You know in the long run, I'm right. You're wrong. Plain and simple. Try to argue, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up. Alright? I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, I'm telling you the truth. Truth hurts. Alright? It does. Well, I'm Drake Bone 777.
And Nora Luck 412. And we're out.
Yeah, it was snowing outside earlier today in Pittsburgh. That's if people from Pittsburgh was watching this.
Yeah, so be careful out there, man. The road's getting bad. I gotta walk on myself in how long of a walk anyway. We already know.
Yeah, but I just want y'all fanboys to understand. Just get this through your head.
Yeah.
Don't worry about, features if you're not going to use it. Please.
Yeah.
Just listen.
And if you see this video and come with facts, matter of fact, come with facts, then comment.
Yeah.
And we got you, but we can talk it over, whatever. But don't be comment on no hating ass shit or whatever, because we gonna come at you, like off top, like I'm not even fucking playing.
Exactly.
But
legitimate facts. Base your opinions off of facts. I don't want to hear no opinions like, oh yeah, we're still going. Nah, we don't have time for that shit. Please bring some facts look something up and then research it and then tell me
Yeah.
or tell us.
Or if we wrong about something, come out and be like, oh, this and that, such. But it gotta be with facts though.
Yeah.
Not no opinion shit. Facts.
Well, all right. Well, I'm Dre Bone 777.
Or look for 1 2.
And we out. Peace.